Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about whether or not all narcissistic people cheat. Now, just as there are many people who are not narcissistic cheat for various reasons, there are many narcissistic people that don't cheat for various reasons. They might not cheat on you as such, however, they will cheat you out of something. They'll cheat you out of your health, your wealth, your happiness, your dreams. They will devalue you. They will find any way they can to crush your spirit so that they can regain superior over you. So they might not cheat on you with another person. However, narcissistic people will cheat you out of things. There are many reasons why narcissistic people cheat. They can be incredibly impulsive. They are extremely entitled. They lack the empathy to care about their partner. They are very envious of other people. They can be high risk takers. They have that charismatic charm, so they can lull people in with ease, being they are arrogant, they are unpleasantly proud of their behaviour, and they like getting away with things. They enjoy getting away with things. They enjoy exploiting other people. They have a high need for admiration and attention, and one way certain narcissistic people get this is by having several partners that they can go to gain that attention. So when one isn't serving their needs, they can move on to another one. They're looking for that supply, or they're just thrill seeking. They're seeking those thrills of having those extramarital affairs. They lack respect, honesty, and loyalty, meaning they're able to cheat on you. So some signs of a cheating narcissist are they've cheated on past relationships. They might have cheated on who they are with to get with you. You might not have known anything about it, or they might have come at you with the sob story of how they're separated and sleep in separate beds, or how the ex cheated on them, is cheating on them to make you feel sorry for them, when in reality they're a cheater. And once a cheater, most often they're always going to be a cheater, especially if they can get away with it. Very rarely does a narcissistic cheater change. Those who are not narcissistic and cheat, they might have the capabilities to change because they have the empathy to care for the pain they've caused another person. Narcissistic people lack the empathy to care. They lack the compassion. They lack the guilt. They lack the remorse, meaning they will usually cheat time and time again. When they come to you and they tell you that they've cheated on their past partners, but they've learned from their mistakes and they'd never cheat on you, this is a big red flag to take things slow. When they claim that they've changed and they've learned the error of their ways, this is a big red flag to take things slow. When they're telling you how they've cheated on exes multiple times, but then claiming they'd never do anything like that to you, this is a big red flag to slow things down or to slowly move away from that person. They can be extremely secretive, whether that is secretive about their family, whether that is finding out they've got children you know nothing about, whether that is not introducing you to their friends and family, whether that is being secretive about their social media, randomly blocking you on their social media, or liking people's photos of the same sex as you. That just bugs you. It literally just bugs you. And when you go to communicate with them, instead of them reassuring you like somebody who has nothing untoward to hide would be able to do, you're going to come out of that situation feeling worse. They're going to accuse you of being sensitive, insecure, having trust issues. They might block you. You're going to be made to feel worse because they lack the compassion to care. Or adding random people to their social media that you don't know and you're not sure how they know, and yet if you just try and communicate this with them, a genuine person that has nothing to hide would be able to have an open conversation. A narcissist not going to be able to do this. They're just going to come at you with the accusations to shame you into feeling bad because their behaviour bugs you, but you can't recognise what it is fully because you want to trust within them, you want to believe within them. Or their phone, they're top secret about their phone. And as we can understand that people have jobs where they have information on their phones or on their computers that due to data protection laws we should not see, we can respect another person's privacy. However, with a narcissist, their phone is going to be on them at all times. It's going to be locked down heavily. You're not going to be able to ask to use it unless you've got one that promptly deletes messages. They're going to have it face down. They're not going to have any preview message show up. There's going to be nothing that you can access on that device. Now, if they've nothing untoward to hide, more often than not, this is not going to bug you. It's not going to affect you. You can respect their privacy. However, when it starts bugging you, when it starts chipping away at you and they can't be honest with you, there's usually something untoward going off. When they change habits, when they create an argument and then ghost you for a couple of days, or even when they suddenly become super nice to you, is a red flag that something's altering within that narcissistic person's life. Or if they become extremely jealous of you and extremely jealous of your whereabouts when they're coming at you with those unjust accusations that you know you're not doing, it's usually because they are doing those things to you. If they're not doing them to you, they're thinking about doing it. And the thing with a cheating narcissist, when they do get caught out on this, they're going to justify, they're going to rationalize, they're going to minimalize, they're going to blame, they're going to shame, they're going to come at you with, well, if you were paying me more attention, which they genuinely believe because they're seeking that excessive admiration. They genuinely believe that if you'd have paid them more attention, they wouldn't have needed to go elsewhere. They can't comprehend the lack of respect. They can't comprehend the pain they've caused you. They think you've caused them the pain by not doing what they wanted you to do. Therefore, they sort it elsewhere. So to the narcissist, that's your fault. If they can't move on with the new, they're going to do all they can to get back together with you. This is when they're going to come at you with those false promises of change, those future fakes of the future. This is when they're going to say to you, let's have that holiday, let's get married, let's have that baby. I've realised the error of my ways. I will change. I've realised you're the only one for me. So you forgive them and they do it again to you. And they do it again to you because the more you forgive a narcissist, the more they learn exactly how they can get away with their behaviour. You can have a narcissistic person that has a child with somebody else that they don't want, and they're going to blame you for the reason as to why they've had that child with somebody else. They're going to claim it's your fault. They've had a child that they didn't want, and then in the next breath they're going to suddenly want another baby with you. So you're left there gobsmacked and wondering what on earth is going on. Now, not all narcissistic people do cheat. There are those who are incredibly proud of their image that they're selling to the outside world, and they're going to go all out to protect that image to the outside world. So that inside the family home might be a shambles, but outside the family home, they're not going to do anything that would risk their reputation. They might paint you out to be the cheater, to damage your reputation. So if they do ever accidentally cheat on you, they can blame you for cheating on them first. However, most narcissistic people that don't cheat on their partners are going all out to save face, to protect their reputation, to sell people an illusion of what a upstanding citizen they are, to be self-righteous, to be above others, to put others down that do cheat. And people make mistakes, so Not all narcissistic people are cheaters, and not all cheaters are narcissistic people. Those who don't cheat want to make out how they're perfect and there's nothing wrong with them, and they can hold down a stable relationship even though inside that relationship it's crumbling and falling apart and absolute chaos. But to the outside world, they're selling that image of the perfect, the ideal family life, and they don't want to do anything that's going to risk their reputation. They might be financially tight, so they don't want to spend the time and money on love bombing somebody new. They don't want to risk going through a divorce and losing half of their assets. So tightwad narcissists might not necessarily cheat because they're looking after their financial assets. A neglectful narcissist might not cheat because they just simply can't be bothered with dealing with people. Now, there's plenty of people who just can't face dealing with people. Doesn't make them a narcissist. Narcissistic people who neglect people might not cheat because they're being that neglectful to their own partner and they can't even be bothered to love bomb somebody new. A vulnerable narcissist might not cheat. They might think that they're lucky enough to have sucked you into their nightmare. So they're not going to risk doing anything to lose their primary source of supply. Therefore, they're not going to cheat. When it comes to a narcissistic person who doesn't cheat, it's not because they care. It's not because they have the empathy. It's not because they have the loyalty and respect and honesty. It's because they're protecting their own interests by not cheating on you. Whether a narcissist cheats on you or doesn't cheat on you, it's nothing to do with who you are as a person and everything to do with who they are as a person, and them protecting their interests, them getting their needs met. Now, when it comes to people cheating, it causes some of the most horrific psychological pain, especially when you don't know what's going on and something just bugs you, something just chips away at you and it's just there and you cannot get to the bottom of it until you find out about it, and then you're like, I knew it all along, which is our instincts. But because we haven't got the facts and evidence, we're often the ones that are left questioning and doubting ourselves. Most people, due to the narcissist manipulation and due to the current situation they are in, often try to revive the relationship. It's not until the chaos and the pain within that relationship becomes that bad that we then make a choice to dive into a separate kind of pain, a separate kind of chaos, and break free from that relationship. And then the letting go of that relationship, once we've made the choice to let go, the letting go of it is actually a process that we make over time, over the duration of moving on. We stumble across something else that is interesting within us, whether that's education, whether that's sport, hopefully something positive within our lives that we can focus on, that we can channel our energy into. And the more we find that new objective within our life, the more we let go of that past relationship. Letting go and moving on kind of merge together because we let go of one thing, but it still has that little hold over us. And then we move on to something more creative, something more peaceful, something that brings us joy. And the more we move towards that, we let go of the past. It's difficult and it is a process. Sometimes our identity has become that formed over the past. It's difficult because we are letting go of our identity that we're trying to cling on to, which is why in some ways we do have to recreate a new identity based on the lessons learned from our past. And again, that's a process. We can feel like a fake, we can feel like a fraud when we're trying anything new. When hairdressing, when I first started hairdressing, I didn't have a clue how to cut hair. I was a fake, not because I was being a fake, because I was learning. Like with anything, we learn through the process, and the more we learn, the more our confidence grows and the better we come at that skill set. When you first do something, it's very often that you just know it all. You have to learn things, and even when we have learned things change. New information comes out, new ways to do things, new methods appear. So what we once thought in the past was the right way to do something, 2, 5, 10 years down the line, we discover there's a new way to do it, a better way to do it. And there's nothing wrong with the way we used to do it. We just have to adapt and change to what fits, what feels right for us. So those things that bug us don't get too much of a hold over us. If anyone has any signs of a cheating narcissist that they notice, please add those into the comments. If anyone has any thoughts on why they believe a narcissist did not cheat on them, please also add those into the comments to help those reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, this channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, then please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.